What's up, guys? TxWolverines here, and I am back with a roadmap for 2025 for Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. I know I've been MIA for a while, but work has been sucking, guys, but I should be back at a normal schedule. So we're going to get some more uploads going for you guys, and I apologize. Just, shorthanded at work sucks, and that's my main job of income. But I am back today, nonetheless, to talk about the roadmap for Dark Fate Defiance. So as you can see, back in, I want to say early January or February, they had a RTS Fest with the demo. Spring coming up, there will be a multiplayer and skirmish update. And then the biggest thing that I am waiting for is new paid content for the Conquest mode. I'm so glad they're doing a Conquest mode because this game has so much potential on that aspect. And then we get, as you can see, free content drop. Later in the winter, we're going to have a new paid DLC for the story campaign. I'm guessing that's going to be the conclusion to Church in the Founders. Let's go ahead and scroll down here to multiplayer and skirmish update. The next update that is coming this spring will include new functionality in skirmish for multiplayer. One new feature the team is adding is customization elements to the reinforcement functionality. This allows you to create your own unit and army presets. Thank you, developers. Thank you. This is what I've been waiting for, and I know there's other players out there that have been waiting for this too. Alter available units and generally much more freedom in the setup of reinforcements within both skirmish and multiplayer. This takes a new level of functionality. I added level in that. That was seen in the last DLC and expands on it. One thing I loved about Legion, the DLC about Legion, is the fact that you could customize your units. You had, I guess you could say, research points. I know that, like, when you played the Founders or Church's story, you were limited on what you could and what you couldn't upgrade. But one thing I did like about the Legion is you're able to bring in reinforcements. Now, with that being said, you had specific units you could customize their loadouts to your partake and like enhancing their abilities and stuff like that. I love that. That was absolutely awesome. And I hope in the future DLC and devs, please put that stuff in the already, like the first single player campaign for Church. Please let us go in there and change up that single player aspect of that, where we can have some more customization units and be able to bring in like militia forces, founder forces, but have the default loadouts on them. I think that I get that the challenge for the single player of what units you have and the experience they bring to the table is awesome. Maybe that could be like in a specific harder game mode, but like just for the normal would be awesome to bring in more reinforcements. And this is just in my personal opinion. We all play the game differently, but who knows? This is just me talking. It'd make things very interesting. But I do like the fact that they are listening to us to bring more longevity to the game, and I really hope it pays off because this game is amazing. It has so much potential, and the Legion DLC was absolutely awesome. I loved it. I can't say enough that developers have worked very hard in this game and getting us this excellent alternative universe to the Terminator franchise. So we're going to go to summer of 2025. The new paid content, Conquest mode, which I'm absolutely excited for. I hope that comes pretty quick. There have been many requests in addition for more sandbox, less linear options, something a bit more ended. Well, summer, we see a new mode available that will allow players to continue to build their resistance on a strategic map with various sections and locations under the control of different factions, mainly the threat of Legion. Each faction will attempt to take or defend sectors alongside the player faction, and it is up to the player to manage their army and choose which sectors and territories to attack and which to defend when necessary. We see returning factions like the Integrators, the Movement, and the Cartel, and there will always be the Marauders, which was an interesting force to fight in the that one mission when you had to defend the settlers that will swoop in on isolated sectors. There will be options to recruit units from other factions, not Legion, of course. Various mission types will appear on different areas such as assault, defense, and domination, but also some other specific missions like rescue or assassination. The new conquest mode will tie into the current game story, which is very interesting, occurring after the events of We Are Legion DLC. Oh, so this is actually going to have like a story type influence. So with Church out recruiting elsewhere, it is up to you to control the resistance. That is awesome. Developers, if you're listening, this is my personal opinion. Let us control other forces, not Legion. Well, I don't know. That would be very interesting. If there was just a linear part, if this is going to be a tie into the events after the DLC for We Are Legion, I think it would be an excellent choice to let us play as the Movement, the Founders. Of course, we're going to be able to play them, but not only the Founders, but the Integrators, the Marauders, and Legion. So we would be able to initially control whatever faction in like a linear type style, if you get what I'm saying. Now, if you're going to stick to, the Founders being the main faction that you control, I really hope that you give us the option to control these other factions and their units and do a conquest of their own type of like fictional type thing. Just like I said, if this is tied into a story, have that like on the side to where you could play any other faction, but it won't tie into the events if this is tied to any future content. But this is just awesome. I really love this. This is more replayability. And one of the things I would also like to see, if it was possible, on my thoughts, is have to bring in another player on the skirmish maps. Maybe some mission scenarios that you could create. Give us the tools to do that, or do it on y'all's own, which would be awesome. But co-op would be, I guess, put to the side. Well, I'm just grateful we're getting the conquest mode, because I have actually reached out to one of the developers and asked them to do this if they could, and I know multiple other players have too, which is awesome. The community is awesome. I love the developers. Free content drop, although the features to be added here is still being finalized. The team are waiting to add few extra modes to some sort of the maps and skirmish modes. For example, extending the scavenger mode that is only currently available on Abiquiu, I guess that's how you say it, map, to few more maps, as well as adding the much requested endless mode for skirmish and multiplayer. Endless mode games will continue until all zones have been captured by one side. No time limit. That's interesting. Please keep watching for further information on this content drop, as this actual final content is still in discussion and planning, so this may change. Winter 2025. New paid content, Story Campaign DLC. Last year we released the Story Campaign DLC, We Are Legion, following the base game's campaign, but playing from the perspective of Legion. This year we will release the next story campaign that will continue the story further. We finish We Are Legion with spoilers, Church heading north to continue recruiting factions and people into their resistance. The new story campaign will continue from there, playing as Church in the resistance. Without giving too much away, more spoilers, guys, so turn your eyes. Expect to see a new evolution of the Legion Rev. If you have seen the movie Terminator Dark Fate, you have seen the Rev 7s in action fighting against Grace in the future flashback. Oh, no way. If you guys aren't familiar with that movie, there was the Rev 7s had the ability to have the, I don't know if they were nano liquid metal, but it was like the liquid metal cop from T2 with the actual Rev. So the Rev could change forms with the liquid metal attached to it. So we're possibly going to see this. The technology discovered at Galveston will also, future flashback blades and speed get them closer because they will slice up your infantry. The technology discovered by Galveston will also start to be integrated into the resistance with augmented soldier tech starting to become available to your troops and integrated into vehicles. Interesting. That's going to be awesome. We also going to be heading north, heading up into Canada to face the new threat from the Legion. More information about the new story will drop in the run up to the release. So do watch out for further updates. And that will be some of the game highlights of 2025. That is awesome. Guys, make sure you go to the Dark Fate Defiance Discord and keep up over there. The developers and the community are just straight up awesome. So with that being said, guys, I am very hopeful of this roadmap, and I am so glad to see that the developers are pushing more content because this is a good game. I absolutely love it. I've had fun playing it, going back and playing it. You know, just I haven't had a very good RTS game to play in a very long time, and this is gonna overthrow my favorite, which is Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. And of course I like the other Command and Conquers, but this one right here, being that I, grew up in the 90s, having Terminator in my life is absolutely nostalgic for me when I was growing up. So this is just awesome that these developers could come in and, make this game possible. But enough with me rambling on, guys. Thank you so much for all the subs. I'm up to 944, trying to hit 1,000 before the end of this year. I'm hoping that's possible. I couldn't do it without you guys. So guys, if you are new to this channel, it is free. Please follow and like this video, share it to your mama, hit like if you like the Terminator franchise, and I'm going to be putting out some more videos. I do have some videos coming up on my schedule. What I plan on doing is Terminator Tuesdays and Terminators Thursdays is going to be when I upload Terminator videos. I'm going to continue my loadout and customizations for the vehicles, and also on the We Are Legion, I am going to go through a infantry loadout kit that I think is best for most people. So whenever I post that, should be pretty soon. Video editing takes forever when you're a small time channel doing it by yourself. But guys, appreciate you coming by. Like I said, like, follow, comment, let me know what you think about this DLC coming up, this roadmap for the DLC coming up, and let me know what you want to see in Conquest. I mean, the developers will see this. Let me know in the comments, what is y'all's take on the Conquest? Are you excited? Are you not? What would you like to see? Just give some ideas. Like I said, I'll be posting this in Discord so the developers can see and maybe they can get some ideas. Ultimately it's all up to their choice, but they're listening to us on this Conquest mode, which is awesome. So without further ado, guys, peace, and we'll see you next time.